Let's go back to a 1 hour session. And what I'm going to do, in my curriculum, it tells me that I must teach the children about the Triassic period, okay? The children must know about the Triassic period, about the animals, the fauna, the flora, the geographical landscapes. All of these things must be covered, and I must cover them. Now, I could do a 5-week program on this, and each week, animals, flora, landscapes, landforms, erosion, climate, I could do that. But instead of that, what I think is the best option to do is this. Choose something from the Triassic period which is interesting to you. Let's take, for example, the Brachiosaurus. And do a bit of research on the Brachiosaurus. And in the morning, I'm going to come in with my 1 hour session. Good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to learn about the Brachiosaurus. It existed in the Jurassic period. And the Brachiosaurus was 32 meters in length. It was 17 meters high. It was about as big as 2 double-decker buses. It had a brain in its head and a brain in its tail, so it could feel pain in the lower end of its body because it was so long. The neurons from its brain could not detect pain in the end of its tail. So over time, it evolved to have a brain in either end. The children, at this point, jaws are dropping, eyes are bulging. I then have a diagram on the board of a Brachiosaurus standing next to a man. And I say, look at the sheer size of this thing. Can you imagine it walking down the street? Can you imagine if it came around the corner right now? What would you do? I tell them the size of a dinosaur egg. I tell them that the Brachiosaurus laid an egg every 2 hours for its entire life, and it lived purely on vegetation. However, it was one of the largest creatures ever to roam the earth. And in these 20 minutes, I just inspire them. I make them wow. I make them be excited and fascinated. Even the child who doesn't care about dinosaurs is suddenly fascinated and inspired. Because guess what? I was inspired. And when I taught it to them, they were inspired. They fed from my inspiration, and they are now reveling in the delights of dinosaurs. And here comes the magic. So I'm 20 minutes in. So then I hand the curriculum over to my students. I say to the students, okay guys, what would you like to know about dinosaurs? And a hand goes up and a child says, I would like to know, how big was a Tyrannosaurus Rex's heart? That's a great question. And I write the question on the board behind me. Another hand goes up, I'd like to know what killed the dinosaurs. Great question. And I write it down. And over a period of several minutes, the children come up with 10 or 15 questions of their own. And I write them on the board. The curriculum was set, Triassic period. But right now, I've just handed over the curriculum to the children. They've just set their own tasks. So it's almost, they've chosen their own destiny, but I really put the choice in front of them for them to choose from. I guess it's like when you say to a child who's 2, choose your own clothes for school today from those 3 piles that I've put on your bed. Really, you decided what they were going to wear, but you gave them the choice of 3. So at this point in your lesson, the children have decided on 15 questions that they would like to know. So they're already interested, they're already inspired. So now you tell the children, okay, you've got 1 week, open up your diaries. And they all open their little diaries there in front of them and say, it's Monday the 12th. Please turn to Monday the 19th. Pop in your diary that you're going to meet me here in exactly 1 week. Now you are going to research one of these questions or all of these questions. And you can work on your own, you can work in a pair, you can work in a group. But in 1 week's time, you're going to meet us here and you are going to teach us about dinosaurs. You're going to research. Now, you can research on a computer. You can go interview your uncle, talk to your dad, watch a documentary, go in the library. There are so many things you can do, but you must go and research and your information must be factual. Now, here comes the nice bit. I don't care how you bring your research back to me. It can be a painting, a model, a play, a drawing, a report. You can do it out of craft. It can be a speech. It could be a dance. I don't care how you bring it here and how you represent it. But what I need to know is that you, the student, understand the Triassic period and dinosaurs. Now, that's it. It's over. The lesson is finished and I'm only 35 minutes in. And off they go. They're all engaged, interested, deciding, working in a group, working in a pair, and they start doing their research. Now, over the next week, those children will essentially debate, they will compromise, they will manage their time, they will research, they'll gather data, And what they will do is they will develop a set of soft skills. Skills that they would not get if I sat them all down facing the oracle and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. They might have a falling out with someone in their team, and they might have to negotiate and compromise and build resilience and have empathy. All of the things that you want your students to have when they graduate into the real world. Because the fact is this, when your child goes for an interview, for a lawyer, architect, doctor, surgeon, teacher, no one's going to sit in the interview and ask him to tell all of the dinosaurs in order, chronological order in which they died, or all the prime ministers of India in order. No one's going to ask that. They're going to ask him, how well do you manage time? Do you have empathy? Do you know how to lead? Do you know how to compromise? Can you organize your data? Can you analyze data? Do you know what statistics are? Do you know how to gather research? Can you work as individually, independently, as a team? These are the soft skills we want to teach. These are the soft skills we want our children to go away with. And over the next week, they will work to a goal. Now, they may not reach the goal. Their project may be a failure. They may come next week with nothing. And that's fine. Because from that failure, they will learn. And that's the time you take them to one side and you tell them, listen, Tommy, I know you didn't get your project complete, but I don't want you to stop. I want you to keep going because I want to see that project. Now, it might take you 2 weeks, it might take you a month, but I want you to finish because I want you to have completed a task that you set out to finish, because that builds up persistence, resilience, all the things that we want. And when you bring it back to me, we will celebrate the fact that you completed that and you will feel a sense of achievement. I'm not going to set you a deadline. And when you come with nothing, I'm not going to say, you've got nothing, failed, F, failure, 0, you're the worst. Because why would I do that? I want to make sure he shines, he rises to the top, he flies. So let him finish, give him time. From that will grow strength and resilience and persistence and those soft skills that we want. And if teachers can deliver lessons in this way, number one, they feel it inspired themselves. Number two, the children find their niche. What do they really like doing? Are they going to be an architect? Are they going to bring you a model every time as representation of their research? If they do, that's fine. My job as a teacher will navigate them towards maths and navigate them towards information writing and narratives and discussions and reports. But let them find their niche. Let them feel confident of achieving something. And when you've got them hooked, when they're in, then you can take on the world. But if you force them to learn in a way that does not suit them and represent their research in a way that they do not like, you have lost them. And ultimately, you have lost. So let's turn the tables on the way we deliver our lessons from right down in year 1 with our 5-year-olds. Hand it over to them. Give them the choice, but make sure that you choose their choices first. Because your job as a teacher is to deliver the curriculum. There's no question about that. Teach them about Triassic period. Tick, no problem. Everybody's inspired, everyone's working, and soft skills are on their way. So look, I hope that this has helped you in some way. And if you have any questions, please write to me. If you would like to have more information, I have lesson plans on this. And I hope this has helped you a great deal. It's something I really wanted to put out there and get off my chest. So have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful afternoon, and see you later. Bye.